shoulder flexion, passive stretch, and PAILs and RAILs. Bits of kit that you might need. Blocks here, and I've got a beam here. You can do this individual arm depending on your deficits, okay? And I'm going to show you another example that you can use either like a windowsill, chair, table, anything like that, okay? The principle is the same, intention is more important than position. So for the passive stretch, you need to find out where your end range is. Now, if you have lots of room, then you will need to build yourself up further than the floor, all right? If you do not have lots of room, maybe blocks is going to be absolutely fine for you. You would lie prone on the floor and bring your arms out in front of you into shoulder flexion. Okay. Now, the stretch that I'm looking for initially is on the underside. Okay. You can play around with where your hands are. If you're feeling stretch on the underside, once you've breathed your rib cage down, then that's fine. Okay. If you might need to build it up to go higher. If you're much higher than the yoga blocks, second example coming your way. Once you breathe, rest and digest into that tissue, allowing more and more stretch on the underside of the shoulder, making sure that we're not too arched in the low back, then you can then begin your PAILs and RAILs. So PAILs is going to be to push down into the resistance, to load this stuff on that one side. From here, take a breath, drive down into the blocks, into the floor, whatever it is. Okay. From there, afterwards, your RAILs contraction would be to contract on the reverse side of the shoulder into here to try and lift off whatever object it is that you are currently leaning into. Now, because you're at your end range, you won't be able to get off. Okay, so if you do, don't worry, but you're just not quite at your end range. All right, you'll be contracting through the shoulders, keeping the elbows straight and trying to lift. Not a great example because obviously it's an isometric, but yeah, this could be chair, table, anything really that you can get into shoulder flexion. So I use the ball now and then I lean in, okay? My rib cage is down and then I take myself into my shoulder stretch. All right, it could be a chair, table, as I said. What you want to watch out for is that you're not getting to here and then looking for more room with the low back. Rib cage has got to stay down with a stretch on the underside of the shoulder, not into the spine, into extension. Okay, shoulder flexion. You could do that bent arm as well. A little bit easier on a windowsill if you're going to do it bent arm, okay? Really opens up this side of the shoulder. All right, enjoy.